So as you probably know, there were multiple gaming outlets, Western gaming outlets, where these people are more of like wannabe activists than they are actual gaming journalists. Although I suppose the terms are kind of synonymous these days, but you know what I mean. Anyways, you had a number of these outlets and these journalists attempting to essentially cancel Black Myth Wukong. And as you probably know, that's been a complete failure. It's completely backfired. Black Myth Wukong debuting to over 2.4 million peak players. This is also funny because some of these journalists and like social media types who are like anti-gamer people, they make being like anti-gamer their entire personality. It's really weird. But anyway, some of those people were trying to like smear Wukong as well, being like, oh, the game flopped, millions of players left, when in reality it was like, well, you know, people do need to sleep sometime. And sure enough, that figure has bounced right back to over 2.4 million players. So this is all just kind of like a TLDR summary of some of the stuff that's been going on over the last few days that I thought was rather amusing. And there was also this. So Rebecca, who's one of the IGN journalists that wrote that initial article going after the game, seems to be very unhappy with Wukong's recent success, putting in her Twitter bio that she's no longer on Twitter. She's like left Twitter over this apparently. And funny side note, apparently she has a lot of people blocked, including yours truly. Anyways, it looks like she's gone on to Reset Era to continue complaining about the entire situation and how gamers are still buying and playing the game despite all of these journalists who attempted to cancel it. And they're like mad that their cancellation attempt didn't work. Now, to be fair, to my understanding, her locking her Twitter account is not a new thing. However, her like going to Reset Era and leaving Twitter and complaining about the outcome of all of this, the outcome being Black Myth Wukong's success, is a recent development that's occurred over the last few days. And all of this is particularly amusing and funny because these journalists were so deceptive. So many of these journalists like wrote false narratives about this game based on misleading evidence and like mistranslations. They essentially attempted to manipulate the public against this game for a number of reasons, and now they failed. And it's been a massive failure at that. It really shows how little power these sort of deceptive journalists really have. And I'll leave it there. Once again, this was just a quick TLDR of things that have occurred lately that I found rather amusing, and hopefully you did too. If you enjoyed this brief segment, please consider liking and or subscribing. Appreciate ya, and I'll see you in the next one.